They're not good.
And finally on the list here, did you see this? I put this up on my Red Fox comms page. This fucking tweet here. You can't see this, but the Spilled Milk Show logo that I have on the screen covers up the @ of this person. And I'm actually completely fine with that because they don't even deserve attention. But this tweet, I didn't show the likes, but this tweet had 100,000, I think it was 140,000 likes. And so MrBeast is he's recreating Squid Game for a YouTube video, right? You guys know the show Squid Game. I haven't seen it personally, but I know enough about it. I've seen the memes. I've heard about it plenty. I think you watched it, right?
Yeah, I've watched the whole thing. It's a good show.
You liked it?
Oh, it was awesome. Probably the best show I ever watched. It was really good.
All right, then.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it yet because apparently the whole show's in Korean and, the subtitles, if I have to watch a show where I'm not against watching a show with subtitles, but I got to really prepare myself, dedicate myself to this. And I'm too busy right now. And then apparently they have a dub, but it sucks. It's terrible.
Yeah.
I don't know if people are just overreacting, if it's just a bunch of weebs who are like, oh, the dub sucks or something. I don't know. Actually, I sympathize with them a little bit though, because Studio Ghibli films are my personal favorite films of all time. But when I watch the Americanized versions of them where, you've got these very obvious Japanese characters, sounding like fucking hillbillies and stuff, it kind of just takes out the immersion. So yeah. I don't know. I can sympathize. But anyway, we're going beyond the point here. This person put up a tweet. Hot take, but I feel once you've reached this level of wealth, maybe you should be using said wealth to benefit the impoverished and not use it to recreate a show that is a direct critique of the exact thing being done here. But hey, that's just me. So they're saying Squid Game was a show that was meant to critique capitalism and the ultra wealthy. And here you have MrBeast, who is the ultra wealthy, monetizing the show for his own gain, right? Never mind the fact that MrBeast has done probably more charity than any other person on the internet will ever be capable of accomplishing in their whole lives.
Honestly, probably more than most people in the world. I would say he's probably top 20, maybe even top 10, most charitable people ever.
Yeah.
In the world, because I don't know anyone who dedicates as much time as he does and as much money and makes it as publicized as he does. I'm sure some people do it behind the scenes, but he's like, here's my charity. It's awesome. It's great. It'll make you happy. Donates. You know what I mean? He's
but
definitely
also, here's the deal, right? They're saying this show is made to critique the ultra wealthy and anybody who uses it should be shat on. But people are pointing this out on the tweet, right? Squid Game literally made $900 million in profit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's estimated it's going to be around 900 million, maybe even $1 billion. So it's if you really care that much, what is this guy trying to say? He's trying to say, instead of making this content, because I assume that this takes around I think it said $1 to $2 million. It took MrBeast to make this whole set and make this whole production. Right. So instead of spending $2 million on Squid Game, why didn't you just take that $2 million and just straight away just donate it to fucking impoverished people or something? Mm-hmm. Well, why didn't Squid Game just do that? I mean, the production cost of Squid Game was, I think, around the same. Why didn't they just not make the show and just donate all the money that would have spent on the show just straight to impoverished people?
Yeah.
Why didn't they take all their profits that they're making, $900 million, just donate it straight to impoverished people? It's
I could understand this argument if, let's say, Hassan was, going to recreate Squid Game for, purely for, content or something, right? And it's okay, you of all people, at that point, I feel like you can make that critique and maybe it'll fly. But criticizing MrBeast for, not using his wealth for, impoverished people and stuff like that, when he's literally running a campaign to, clean the world's oceans and stuff like that. I'm not saying MrBeast is single-handedly going to do that, but I'm just saying he's trying. All right, he's running a whole campaign.
Him and Mark Rober are single-handedly doing that. Actually, they're the ones who built it. They're the ones who started. They're the ones who spread it everywhere. They're the ones who got all the influencers involved in it. So those two people, MrBeast and Mark Rober, are the two people behind everything. I mean,
MrBeast literally has his own channel, Beast Philanthropy, right?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Or all the money on the channel goes to helping people.
Mm-hmm. And the money from, this is what I said in a tweet. I said, how do you think MrBeast was able to get as wealthy as he is? Because they're mentioning also, someone at this level of wealth, Well, how do you think they got to the level of wealth? Do they own a company? Are they like Elon Musk where they make cars? Like, no. Is he investing in stocks? Like, has he got a bunch of money because he's stock trading? No. He has a bunch of money and he has a bunch of influence and a bunch of wealth because he makes content on the internet. He makes projects on the internet. He makes crazy projects. He makes cool things. He does wild stuff. So the money he's going to make from this and the influence he's going to get from this is going to be invested back into MrBeast, which is going to invest into charity and invest into other products. He's growing. He's like making money off of content, investing it back, growing. So this person just like, you can cut off the content at the source. If he didn't make this Squid Game video, he could have just donated $2 million to charity, and then he would make no money from that, and then it would not grow and invest. I don't think this person has any understanding of that. They don't.
Yeah.
They just don't seem to get like what's going on. They're just like, you should have just thrown all your money away to charity. And then it's like, well, he doesn't have a company, so how's he going to get more money? How's he going to like grow his business?
Yeah, dude. I had a fucking take on this. And I remember I was like reacting to like the fucking comments or something. Let me see if I can pull up my tweet here. And we're back. All right, I had to find the tweet here. But yeah, look at this shit right here, right? So, and I'm criticizing the original person, who, by the way, deleted their account. And one of the top comments, you know, because people were calling this person out, right? Even though a lot of people agreed with them, a lot of people were calling him out, being like, well, MrBeast is like not the guy to criticize here. And somebody was basically like, I can't quote them exactly because these fucking retards all private and delete their shit. But basically they were saying something like, oh, well, it's not mutually exclusive, right? So you can criticize, you can acknowledge MrBeast's positive contributions to society, but also still criticize him for using a show that was made to critique the ultra wealthy while he is also ultra wealthy and using it for personal gain or something like that, right? And so I just quote tweet them. I'm like, shut the fuck. What are you talking about? You can still I basically, I quoted them, but I made it like if they were honest. Like, you can still criticize MrBeast even if he isn't doing the thing you are criticizing him for. Like, okay, like, what is this madness, man? Like, honestly, it's a symptom of this fucking gay like socialism culture, but also just like, it's also just people on Twitter that get really too into media, right? Where they worship if like a piece of media criticizes something or agrees with like this millennial retard's view of politics, right? They like coomed that shit. They like need to protect it against anything that they could see that could like, you know, dirty it or something, right? So they see MrBeast, a YouTuber, they're like, ugh, elite scum, you know? So I need to protect my precious, my precious, you know, piece of media, my piece of art here from this, you know, scumbag YouTuber who's going to dirty it and ruin the oh so precious message of it. It's like, that's really what's going on here, you know? These people that get way too almost like parasocially attached instead of to a YouTuber, to a piece of media, to a TV show, or to a book, or to any like form of art that they agree with.